Take you around Dog Nation in 90 seconds. This is DN90. Hello everybody, I'm Brandon Adams, and if you peruse the pages of your favorite online sports book, one of the names you'll see mentioned among the favorites to win this year's Heisman Trophy is Georgia running back DeAndre Swift. Given the dazzling array of highlights that Swift put on display in 2018, that's probably not a big surprise. However, there are some who wonder in this modern age where quarterbacks are putting up more eye-popping stats than ever if a running back can still do what Derrick Henry did in 2015, which is win the Heisman Trophy. So Monday on Dog Nation Daily, Pete Futak of College Football News gave a pretty honest appraisal of exactly what it would take a guy like Swift or any running back to win the Heisman Trophy in 2019. Here's what Futak had to say.
Winning a Heisman is really hard. You have to have a perfect storm of stuff to happen just to get close. You know, think of all the historically amazing players who never won a Heisman, from Peyton Manning to Adrian Peterson and on and on and on. You know, Aaron Rodgers when he was great at Cal. All these great guys, because you have to, one, put up the humongous numbers. Two, you have to do something magical that captures the imagination of the voters of the college football season. And three, your team has to win a lot. You know, Todd Gurley didn't win the Heisman, wasn't really close to it. Nick Chubb wasn't really in the mix for a Heisman. I mean, it's so hard to do, but you're going to have the part of it that's going to at least have the big games and the chances to capture the imagination. And if you win a lot of games and you have a guy who could put up big numbers in the big moments, then you're in the Heisman chase.
In the comparison to Gurley and Chubb, that's interesting. In 2014, Gurley likely could have been a Heisman finalist if not for some odd circumstances, including a suspension and an injury that took him off the field. And obviously an injury was also impactful for Nick Chubb in at least two of his college seasons in 2015 and 2016. But the overall point on Swift is probably a good one. Your team is going to be good enough to play in big games, and you've got to have big moments when you get into those big games. Well, a Georgia running back who was plenty good, Tim Worley, was also on Dog Nation Daily. When it comes to living up to his end of the billing, Worley thinks Swift will be more than capable of getting that job done.
I believe that he can, because he's a three-dimensional player. He can run the ball, he can catch it, and he can also put him back there and receive punts, return kicks. DeAndre, he kind of reminds me a little bit, not just because he wears number 7, but he reminds me a little of a Rodney Hampton,
sure.
Maybe a little bit more shiftier. He has the potential to be that three-dimensional guy. His size, his speed, he can be that main guy.
Hampton was a first-round pick of the New York Giants after the 1989 season, so that's a nice comparison with DeAndre Swift. One thing's for sure, we are in obviously a quarterback's age, but Georgia is still a program that likes to fashion itself as running back university. No doubt Swift will get plenty of opportunities to carry the rock this season, and that might lead him all the way to New York City. For more on DeAndre Swift and the rest of the Georgia players going through spring practice right now, make sure you check out DogNation.com. We'll see you back here again tomorrow for another episode of DN90.